Check, check. Are we live? We are live. Hey, yo, what is up, everybody? What's going on? It's your girl, Jay. It is Thursday night, and we are live. Welcome to the show. Welcome to JSpot Live. We are here to talk about the week in the WNBA, the past week, which is week 4. We're going into week 5. But yeah, welcome to the show. Man. It's some stuff happening. It's some stuff happening with my team. We're talking about Chicago that I don't know. I don't really know how to feel. I'm feeling every which way. Shout out to the boy Baylor, Baylorism, my homie. He made me, you can't see this really, but let me see if I can stand up. He made me this shirt. I'm messing up my green screen, but if you see, it says JSpotNetwork on there. He kind of made it like a concert poster back in the day. But it says the week ends in LA. And then it has my show on it. It has my homie Britt's information on there. It has his stuff on here. But I think it's dope. So shout out to Baylorism. He makes some merch. And he made something for me. So shout out to him. But let's see, before we get into everything, before we get into the things, let's see who's in the house this evening. Sorry for the late start. There's always something happening over here, but let's see who's here. We got Groovy in the house. What's going on, Groovy? Tulip all the way from the other side of the world. Tulip is here. What's going on? Tulip always asks where I'm at. Tulip, I'm probably going to be late. You know, I wouldn't say most of the time, but it's like every single time I try to sit here and go live, something happens. So I'm sorry, but yes, I'm here. Tulip said, let's go. We about to tip off. Miss Goody Two Shoes says, hashtag free Reese, hashtag free Miller. You know what? I'm just about there. What's this say? I see the Sparks coach is learning who should get the ball. That's what Tulip says Miss Goody Two Shoes says to Tulip. But yeah, hey, welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. So free Reese and free Miller. Yes. We're going to talk about that. That is definitely a part of my is going to be a part of my little slideshow today. We're going to talk about Jeffrey and Chicago and I don't even know what to say. Like, this is crazy. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on. But as always, we're gonna go ahead and review the week. I'm gonna go over the scores. We'll talk about the games, and then we're gonna get into some news around the dub, which we'll be talking about that, the whole Chicago Sky thing, and a couple of other things. We'll get into a couple of the fashions. I got some fashion photos I'm gonna share with you guys. And then we'll end the show. Of course, the chat is always live. So I'm sure there'll be some other stuff that we bring up as well. But let me see. Tulip says, but can we have a moment of silence for the 290 plus that perished in the plane crash heading to London? Please, the children of Gaza too, so much human suffering. I didn't hear about that. When did that happen? We can definitely have a moment of silence for those who lost their life. 290 plus that perished in the plane crash. Didn't hear that, but I'm so sorry to hear that. So yes, moment of silence for everyone that perished. There we go. So sorry to hear that. Ugh. Jeremy's in the house. Says, "What's up, Jay?" I didn't hear that. So sorry. AL504 says, "Free Camilla and Angel." Yeah, it's that's going around. We're definitely going to get into that. We definitely going to get into that. But before we do, let's go ahead and review these. Let's review these scores from last week. So those of you that don't know how I do the show, I do it from the day that they started. They started on a Friday back in May. So I run the week is from the first Friday to that Thursday. So whatever games are played from that first Friday that started to that Thursday was 1 week. And then that second Friday through the week, the third Friday through the week. So that's how I do it. I don't know how the W does it because their numbers are a little off than mine. But I'm covering week 4, which starts June 6th, and it ended yesterday because we didn't have any games today. So we'll just go over these scores real quick. I got to make this big because I can't see real well. But here we go. Here we go. So shout out to the graphics from the WNBA site because that's what I'm using. I want to give them credit for that. So Friday we had 2 games. We had Connecticut versus Atlanta, and we had Dallas versus LA. Now, this is the game Marina went off 30 plus points. I think she had like 34 points or something like that, shooting threes like it's crazy. She had a really good game, if I'm not mistaken. If I am mistaken, y'all, excuse me. Matter of fact, while I'm looking at it, I'll just pull up the box score so I can know for sure because I don't want to misquote anything. Let me see. Yeah, Marina Mabry had 34 points in 33 minutes. She also had 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block. She was 59.1% from the field and 37.5 from three-point land. Tina Charles had 19 points. Bria Hartley had 11. That was a game that, Marina did the thing against Atlanta. They weren't expected to win. Atlanta is a higher seeded team. Connecticut has been having their struggles, but Marina did what Marina had to do. Now, if I make this bigger, I don't know if I'm too in y'all face. Am I too in y'all face? I kind of like this a little bit better. I'm gonna do it like that. Sorry. The next game we had. This is what happens when you're the producer as well as the talent. You gotta do everything yourself. The next game we had, the Sparks took on the Wings, and the Sparks won 93-79. We had Azare Stevens had 21 points. Hamby had 20. Odyssey Sims had 19. Kelsey Plum had 11. Rakia had 10. Odyssey has been balling out for LA. Such a good pickup. For Dallas, we had Carrington had 16. JJ had 14. Their international player, I don't know how to say her name, Gesseloder, I don't know if that's right, had 11 points, and Charles had 10. The only starter that had double figures was Carrington. Everybody else was not great that game. I didn't mention on Atlanta. Atlanta had Ryan had 18, BG had 18, Naz Hillman had 14, Alicia Gray had 11. Then we're moving on to the next group of games that came on Saturday. We had 3 games that were on Saturday. We had Valks versus my Aces. That's another little sore spot for me. We had the Fever taking on Chicago, and then we had Phoenix versus Seattle. So in the first game, the freaking Valks. Let me tell y'all something. People thought that the Valks were not going to come and do anything in this league, and I mean they are putting people on notice. Now they still don't have a great record, but they're not a group. They're not a group of women or a team that you can sleep on. Like they put it to the Aces. 95-68 is what they did. For the Valks, you had Kayla Thornton. Kayla Thornton had 22 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. She was 50% from the field. She had 4 3-pointers, 50% from 3. You had Xander Lassini had 18. You had Burton had 14, and then you had Monique Billings, who also had a double-double at 14 and 11. Kate Martin even had double-figure scoring at 12. Our highest scorer was Asia Wilson, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Chelsea Gray, 16 points, and Aaliyah Nye, 13. And that was it. And that's the reason why we got whooped by Golden State Valks. Then another whooping. We had Chicago Sky. My Chicago Sky. My skates are down bad, y'all. Chicago Sky took on Indiana Fever. Now, of course, we know CC was not playing, but Chicago still could not do it. Our leading scorer. This was sad. This was sad here. The leading scorer in that game, the leading scorer for Chicago, had 8 points. It was 2 people that had 8 points. That was Camilla, and it was Rebecca Allen. Camilla had 8 points, 4 rebounds, 40% from the field. And you had Rebecca Allen, who was at that point coming off the bench, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, who was 50% from the field and 50% from 3. And then it was E-Will had 7, Haley Van Lith had 7, Maddie Westbelt had 5. He actually brought her in and played her. Angel Reese didn't have a great game. She had 4 points, did get 12 rebounds though, and had 2 assists. Did not have a great shooting night. And that was it. Atkins had 4, Rachel Banham had 4, Kia Nurse had 3. Courtney, that's the game that we lost her. She tore her ACL in that game. So she didn't play much. It was 4 minutes. And then she got hurt. So she only had 2 points. And that was it. That was it for everybody. On the other side, Kelsey Mitchell had 17 points. Natasha Howard, 13. Ari McDonald, 12. And Aaliyah Boston had 11 for Indiana. That put that whooping on us, 79-52. Then we had Seattle took on Phoenix Mercury. Seattle wins that game 89-77. For Seattle, you had Skylar Diggins had 26 points. Skylar was going crazy that game. 26 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, 44% from the field, 50% from 3. Gabby Williams had 21 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, the exact same thing. 1 block, 80% from the field, 83% from 3. Nneka had 13 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, and she was 38 from the field, 50% from 3, and that was all who had double figures. But they had everybody that played scored that game. On Phoenix, Satu tried to take it on, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. She was 35 from the field, and what's her name? What's this person's name? Lexi Held. Lexi had 14 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and she was 38 from the field. Everyone else was in single digits. Crazy. Let me see. Let me check in with y'all real quick. We gonna get to Jeff in a second. Let me see what else. Cook the wings like barbecue chicken. Don't forget KP's 9 assists. Oh, let me see. Hold on. Let me backtrack. KP had 9 assists. Did I not say that? Kelsey Plum did have 9 assists. Sorry, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists. She definitely did that. Sorry, I missed that. Odyssey is getting to it, is what Miss Goody Two Shoes says. Is Guy sell soda? Guy sell soda. Okay, I like how you wrote that out. Thank you, Tulip. I really appreciate that. Guy sell soda. You don't listen to me, Bug. I told you the Aces dynasty is over a month ago. It's hard to accept, but it's clear. It's in clear sight. I know what you said. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now. With Chicago, as long as my girls are there, and with the Aces, as long as my girls are there, I'm like the lady on what was that show? Who said, "Is that your man? Is that your man?" And she says, "Yep, that's him." And I'm gonna stick beside him, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stick beside my teams. I have to. That I'm a fan. And I got to be with them when they're in the dumps as much as I'm with them when they're up. So we shall see. Now, in the event that my ladies leave their prospective teams, then we will reevaluate because y'all know I'm there in Chicago because of Angel and Camilla, and it was because of Teaspoon, but Teaspoon's not there anymore. And I'm in with the Aces because of Asia. And then it was Chelsea, Jackie, KP, like that whole little group. And now they're KP's not there anymore. I don't know what's going on with this season, where the players are going to be next season. I don't know. But I'm here as long as they are here because they need my support as a fan. Valks is a team of 6 men. They are. They really are. I didn't think about that. They are dogs. They have heart. Are we still talking about the Valks? And then you said horrible. Who's horrible? Hey, Jonathan. Thanks for being here. No defense. I'm not sure who we were talking about with that. Eagles brother says Skylar and Gabby had a great game against Phoenix. They really did. Hey, Louie. Louie is here. Peace, J-Spot. What's going on? We outside. We are outside. Tulip says, welcome, easy to remember now. Guy sell soda. Now, will I get that right if I'm not looking at the way you spelled this out? Probably not. But thank you. I appreciate it. Moving on. Next we had, what was it? Sunday. We had 2 games on Sunday. If I have that, I do. We had the Mystics taking on the Connecticut Sun and Dallas taking on Minnesota. Now, we thought after that hot game that Marina had that, they were going to do something maybe against the Washington Mystics. Because, Atlanta ain't no group of scrubs. So if you can come out and do what you did against Atlanta, you should be able, not to say that Washington are full of scrubs either, because we know how they get down. But you would think that they would be able to, do something against Washington. And no, they did not. 104 to 67 is what transpired. Real crazy. Washington, Brittany Sykes had 28 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. She was 50% from the field, 50% from 3. Shakira Austin had 14 points, 5 rebounds. Aaliyah Edwards had 13 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. She was 62% from the field. Shakira Austin was 83 from the field. Then you had Kiki. People are wondering, how can Kiki and Aaliyah play together? They played just fine that game. Kiki had 12 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. She was 75% from the field. Sony Citron said, let me get some. She had 11 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 50% from the field. And then Shook Sutton said, I'm also here. Let me get some double digits. 10 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 57.1% from the field. You also had Melbourne, Olsen, and Kone, Inksler. All of them scored. Only people that didn't score was Steph Dolson that played in the game. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah, they got 8. They got 8 up. Connecticut tried. You had Tina Charles, 17 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 42% from the field. Mabry had 15 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 40% from the field. You had J.C. Sheldon, 15 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, full stat line, 75% from the field, 60 from 3. Brown had 8 points, 2 rebounds, 42.9% from the field, 50% from 3. Bria Hartley had 6. My girl Anissa Morrow, she gonna get in there. She did play 17 minutes. I believe this is the game. Adota got hurt last game. She did play in that, and I forgot to look at her stats. I'll go back and look at what Morrow did that game. This game, she was in for 17 minutes, but she scored 2 points, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Come on, Niece. Niece still gonna get something in there, whether she scores or not. 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. And like I said, 17 minutes in the game. Let me see what she did last game. The game that Marina was just doing some of everything. Because I forgot to look for my girl, Morrow. Morrow had 3 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist in that game. Once she gets in there and starts gelling and getting the flow of the game, I think we're going to see more of Anissa, and the Anissa that I know, Niece the Beast, will be coming out. The second game, we had Minnesota went against Dallas, and 81-65. Dallas just can't catch a break as well. I mean, you had Arike had 26 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks. She was 54 from the field. Maddie Seacrest had 15 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 45% from the field. And then you had Dejanay and JJ both have 6 points. Here we go again. Guy Soda had 5 points, and Hines Allen had 4 points. Minnesota, Nafisa, as someone said, MVP, 28 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 3 blocks, 52% from the field, 50% from 3. Kayla McBride, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Heidemann had 9 points. Carlton had 8 points. Courtney had 5. Shepard had 5. Alana Smith had 4. But yeah, they whooped up on them. Then we go to Monday. Hold on, let me see. Summer's in the house. Hey, Summer, thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. Tulip says, Sun, Sky, and Wings are bottom tier of the league this season, sadly. Yes, they are. MVP, yes, she is. Jay, you better take Summer along with you for the next game. That was a fire stream. We got to figure out what other game we're going to go to. Wait. Hey, Tulip, Jay, I approve. What did I miss? Summer, we need you in the next Jay, in the next bug vlog. Yes, next time we go somewhere, we'll definitely jump on the live. I don't think we're going to another game for a minute. We are going to watch the game together on Sunday. That'll be the first time the Connecticut plays Chicago. And we were anticipating Nice having more minutes, so it would be Nice against, battling against Angel. But I don't know if we're going to really get to see that or not, but we're going to watch it together. I might jump on. There. We'll see. Then what did I miss? I skipped Monday, sorry, on the graphics. But Monday, we had the Golden State Valks play Los Angeles Sparks. They did beat them 89-81. You had Kelsey Plum had 24. De'Erica Hamby had 20. Rakia Jackson had 8. Barker had 7. Stevens had 6. Cannon had 6. It wasn't enough, though. It wasn't enough. Kelsey with her 24, 4, and 7. It wasn't enough because Golden State Valkyries, Salawan, Saluan, is that how you say that? That's not how you say that name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. She had 21 points on the Valks, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. Kayla Thornton, 18 points, 11 rebounds. Late had 15 points, 5 rebounds. Benlay Timmy had 14 points, 13 rebounds. Monique Bellins had 10 points, 4 rebounds. Burton had 9 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. Van Lowe came through with 8 assists and 2 points. They were doing what they needed to do. Valks are not what their record is, the same way that Washington is not what their record is. Salone. Thank you. Tulip is coming through with the phonetic spellings. Thank you so much. They weren't playing around. Then we get to Tuesday. Tuesday is what I have up here. We had Atlanta take on Indiana. We had Chicago take on New York. Atlanta did beat Indiana 77-58. Again, Cece is not in the game. Alicia Gray and Brianna Jones went off. Alicia Gray, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 69% from the field. Brianna Jones, 21 points, 10 rebounds, 1 steal, 64% from the field. You had Nia Coffey with 10, BG with 9, Jordan Canada with 4. She's back. Ryan Howard with 3 points, Pow with 3 points. They did their thing against Indiana. Natasha Howard was the leading scorer for Indiana, 15 and 10. Ari McDonald came through with 14 points, and Kelsey Mitchell had 11, 1, and 1, and 1. She had a rebound, assist, steal. And then Leah Boston, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. And then in the loss to New York, Chicago. Although, let me say this about Chicago. We didn't lose by 50. I'm going to say that. We got to take the small wins where we can get it. There were 2 positive things about this New York game. We didn't lose by 50. We didn't even lose by as much as we lost by, I think, the last time we played New York. We lost by 19 this time. Still not great. But Angel finally had, I feel, one of the breakout games she needed to get her confidence back and get her mojo back going. That was the bright spot of the game for me. Angel came through with 17 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 61% from the field. 61% from, I got to say that again, 61.5% from the field, because people like to come for her field goal percentage, 61.5 with 17 points. Ariel Atkins had 11 points, 4 rebounds. She was 45.5 from the field. And then you had Cardoso and Nurse and Mick all had 8. HBL had 5. E. Will had 4. Big Mama Rach had 3. And Westbelt had 2. Rebecca Allen, who did get her first start, did not score. And then for New York, Saab had 23 points, 7 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks, 64%. Stewie had 18 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks, 57% from the field. Kayla Burke, or is her name Kayla? Kennedy Burke. Kennedy had 15 points. I'm thinking about Kayla Thornton. 15 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 75% from the field. And Sably had 9, Phoebish had 6, Cloud had 5, Garner had 4, Johannes had 3. Even Marquisha came in and gave us 2 points. Gave them 2 points. It wasn't great to watch, but it was good to see Angel get in there. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want more than anything. I want Angel and Camilla to still be able to perform in spite of whatever is going on with their team, because I know they're talented enough. I know they have it in them. I know it's rough for them now going into their second year of this organization and the failure that they're, going through. And everyone has to go through the fire to get to, at some point get to what you want to do. So it'll build something in them that will carry on with them later on in life to not want to feel that way again. It's hard to watch, but I still celebrate. I still celebrate when the small wins we can get. I'll just say that. Eagles brother says ATL put belt to ass against the Fever. Yes, they did. Tulip says Fever and Sky had a battle of who gets blown out worse. It wasn't us. It was the same. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't it the same? 19 points? Both of them had 19 points, if I'm not mistaken. Tulip says Angel had a good game finally, but the rest of the team was terrible. Yeah. Summer said, but that wasn't good enough. Facts. Because y'all want Angel to do everything, apparently. We'll get into that. Eagles brother says some believe Angel was trying to showcase her skills to New York for a possible trade. For a possible trader there, especially with Teaspoon now a part of the franchise. Is she really a part of the franchise? I know there was a rumor going around that she was joining, but I think she had put out a statement that says, don't believe everything that you read. So I don't know if that's necessarily true because I didn't hear anything else about it. But I did hear people say that she was putting on. Angel don't have to put on for New York. I mean, they seen it all last season. They know what she's capable of. They know that it's been plenty of times she's come in there and locked up JJ and locked up Stewie. I don't think this season, this particular game was something that she was trying to do to put New York on notice because GMs already know about Angel. You know what I'm saying? I think they know what she can do and what her possibilities are. And she would be a very sought after free agent or trade asset if the possibility were to come up. SC Brad said Liberty didn't contest Reese shots, not even from the perimeter. Yeah, because they didn't think she was going to shoot them. That's why I tell her to shoot that thing. Shoot that blankety blank. Every time, Angels. Shoot it every time. The last game we had was last night. We had 3 games on last night, all at the same time, which was crazy. I had to watch them today because I worked yesterday and I didn't get to see any of those live. But we had Aces took on the Sparks, I think for the second time now. Dallas took on Phoenix, and Minnesota took on Seattle. That was a game. That Seattle game, Seattle and Minnesota was a game. So we had Las Vegas taking on the Sparks. Sparks beat them. Sparks beat them 97-89. Very weird game. Asia did not have a good game at all. I think she was 16%. I'll pull up the box score. She didn't have a good game at all. Most of her points, all but 1 bucket or 2 points, 1 bucket came from free throws. She got hit in the nose, didn't get a foul call. She tried to play with it with the gauze in her nose, ended up leaving, and then she never came back. I'm not stretching that, Woney Mac. I see your comment. But she left the game with a minute 17 left in the third, and she never came back. I haven't heard word on what's going on. They did classify it as a head injury. So I don't really know what's going on with that. Hopefully she's okay, because if we don't have Asia, even on her bad day, we got to have Asia on the floor. We have to. We have to. If we want to see anything happen, you can't really have Asia out for a long period of time. It can't. So hopefully she's okay first and foremost, but hopefully she can come back and be healthy. But during that time, Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray were trying. Jackie had 34 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. She was 50% from the field. Chelsea Gray had 28 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 2 steals, 53 from the field, 54 from 3. Asia, like I said, Asia was still the third leading scorer at 13. Like I said, 2 of those actually coming from the field. Everything else was free throws. She still gave us 13 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 4 blocks. Even though she wasn't great on offense, she was still very, very, very elite on defense, or trying to be. Her shooting percentage was not great, 16%. Jewel Lloyd, 7 points. Stokes, 4 points. Tiffany Mitchell, 3 points, and nobody else scored. Meanwhile, on the other side, Rakia Jackson came through and said, wait a minute, I'm back. Let me tell you something. Give me the ball sometimes. I'll show you what I got. 30 points. She hit us with 30 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. The girl was 64% from the field. She was shooting threes like it was her part-time job, 4 for 8 on threes. And they were just going in effortlessly. Like, Rakia was balling last night. Derica Hammy, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, 63 from the field. You had Azare had 19 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 50% from the field. Kelsey Plum, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, almost had a double-double, 1 steal, 1 block, and she was 28 from the field, not great. Emma Cannon, 6, Leah King, 5, Barker, 3, Mercedes Russell had 2, and oddly enough, Odyssey Sims didn't score at all that game. And before I get to the, let me see where else. Oh, before I get to the Dallas game, let me see, because y'all in here talking. Hold on. Locked up, Jay? Okay, we stretching that one. You gonna tell me, Wody Mack, you gonna look back at last season and tell me that Angel, when she was guarding Stewie, JJ, Fee, Asia, maybe a tiny bit, because Asia was still doing what Asia was doing last season, which was crazy. You gonna tell me that their averages weren't down? Even NECA, their averages weren't down when they were guarding, when they were guarded by Angel during those games? Go back and look and let me know. Storm versus Lynx game was fire. Erica Wheeler has been balling out for the Storm. Her post-game interview brought tears to my eyes. Yeah, she was crying. This is just a week of having a Kleenex box in reach. Oh, yeah. SC Brett said, is the Wings, Kaylee Cooper injured? Wings? I don't know who Kaylee Cooper... Hold on. Let me see. Because I don't... Who is that? Are you talking about Phoenix Kalia Copper? Because I don't know who a Kaylee Cooper is, and she's not on the roster list that I have. But if you're talking about Kalia Copper from Phoenix, yeah, she's injured. She had knee surgery. Tulip says Rakia cooked them aces with a 4-course, 4-level menu, lays, middies, threes, post fade. Yeah, Rakia was pulling out all the stops. I'm not even mad at her. Like, I'm so proud of Rakia. Like, I'm so happy to see her thriving, especially with the rumors of her possibly being traded or her being upset with the staff or whatever was going on. Tulip also says Asia got clamped by Hamby. Aces should have treated her better. It's always something with that when those teams come together, especially with De'Erica. Jeremy says we're still on a mission. Los Links. Wody Mack says, I watched the Storm game. I'm watching Storm, if not watching the Liberty or Vouts. Yeah. The Storm, I mean, if it's not Gabby, if it's not Skylar, if it's not NECA, like somebody on that team, Erica Wheeler, somebody on that team is balling out. So they had this type of start last season. I hope they can hold on to it, because the way that they're playing now, which is we're very, very early in the season, but the way that they're playing right now, if they can sustain that, I can see them definitely being contenders by the end of the year, because they're playing with like a lot of determination and a lot of heart. And like Skylar, once she gets set on something, there's nothing you can do. The Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise. Eagles Brother says, what impressed me in my Storm beat in Minnesota is Dominique Malonga forced Fee going 2 for 7 from the field when guarding her, and she had the best offensive game. Dominique is getting better each game. Yeah, a couple of moves. She kind of shook Fee like near the end, kind of lost her a little bit, and then went up for that layup. Fee trying to shoot over her wasn't working out. She got some good touches near the end of the game. Money Max said, "What's good?" Tulip said, "Nobody from 2024 draft class is a 4-level scorer like Rakia, the female KD." SC Bread said the Aces should have kept Jackson State Angel Jackson instead of drafting Elizabeth Kitley. I thought they should have kept Angel Jackson too. This is the second time they've had her and then let her go. Well, no, she went to Chicago this time, but this is the second time that she's been taken by a team and let go. But yeah, I think they should have kept Angel on. Personally, I agree with you on that. Stewie, yes, JJ. Only player I can recall slowing JJ is JJ missing a shot. No, Angel got in JJ's head, and Angel will get JJ in foul trouble, and that took her out of the game. So I also count that as her keeping them below their average, because if you are in foul trouble, you can't be on the floor. I don't know if y'all remember when she got JJ to push her, and it ended up being like a third or fourth foul on JJ, when she had to go sit, and it took her out of the game like most of the game. That type of stuff. Like she knows what to do in game situations against those players to keep them at bay. I'm not saying she's successful every single time, 100% of the time, but she definitely was doing her thing last season. Walter Max says, "I like NECA a lot, and Gabby too." Summer says, "I'm waiting for Dom to dunk. Wait until Michaela Williams enters the league." Yeah, that's going to be crazy. The second game we had Dallas came through and went up against Phoenix. They were close in the beginning. Paige came right out the gate. Paige gave us 35 points. She wasn't playing around. The first 7-8 shots, she was 100% from the field. She wasn't missing at all. I think it was the first 7 shots. She was the bright spot on that team, just coming out firing. But they needed more defense for Phoenix. Obviously, they allowed 93 points. It's very hard to stop Phoenix when they're in their role, when they're going on their role and doing what they're doing. And we all know that Dallas is also suffering from like some of the same stuff that Chicago is suffering from. They just can't like get it together. They can't get a consistent like flow of the game going. You can have people that have good games and make their shots, but it's a total team effort on both sides of the ball, offense and defense, and they just could not, even with 35 points, even with 35.6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 68% from the field, 71 from 3. She hit 5 3-pointers. It wasn't enough for Dallas to win that game. Dejanay Carrington had 11 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 40% from the field. I just forgot how to say her name. The person you told me. 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, 71% from the field. Arike, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. She was 20% from the field. She didn't have a great shooter night. And then Alyssa Smith, 4 points. JJ, 4 points. Hines Allen, 3. Maddie, 3. Phoenix, Satu had 20 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 46.7% from the field. She hit 4 3-pointers. Loxa had 14 points, 1 rebound. AT had 11 points, 2 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 50% from the field. That lady's crazy. AT is crazy. They don't call her the engine for no reason. Maddie Westbelt's sister, who was also a rookie, even though she's older, a rookie for Phoenix, Catherine, came in with 11 points. She's been balling for Phoenix. 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, 50% from the field. Held also had 11 points. Then you had Akoa Makani, 9 points. Whitcomb, 8 points. She was doing her thing too. Even though she only had 8 points, She had 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. She was all over the floor. All over the floor. She was doing things that don't necessarily show up on the stat sheet. Musa had 7 points, and then Mac had 2 points. And then the final game, this was a really good game. Minnesota versus Seattle. Seattle finally knocked off one of the 2 only undefeated teams left in the W. Knocked them off. They were going into that game 9-0, and they ended up losing the game. So I said that I thought that out of the 2, Minnesota might be the first one to lose the game, and I was right. Didn't know it would come at the hands of Seattle, but Seattle, it was no give up. It was no give up. Back and forth. I think it was what they said, 15 lead changes, or 5 lead changes, 15 something. I don't know. It was a bunch of stuff going on in the first half of the game. And then the third quarter, Minnesota comes out punching them, goes up 11. And then Seattle comes back, punching back, goes on a run. And now they're up 1. And it's just going back and forth. I think it was the 15 lead changes. Going back and forth. And then it comes down to the wire. And next thing you know, Erica Willer's hitting threes, and Kayla McBride gets upset because Erica Willer hit a go-ahead layup at the end of the game that seals the deal. There was a missed layup by Elena Smith. There was a missed layup, I think, or missed shot by Fee. Then everybody starts trying to shoot threes at one point, and they're just not scoring. Meanwhile, Seattle is scoring. Dominique was going off. It was a whole thing. So exciting, so good. I was trying to figure out how in the world did Seattle go up by 10 points when they were so close, and it was like less than a minute left to go. But with the foul calls, you get your 2 free throws. You also had that tech from Kayla McBride, and it just adds up. But man, that was a really, really good game. Let me find where I left off at. Tulip says that LA are 3rd for points per game. Offense is fire. Just need Cam and Ray back for defense, and Sparks can make a playoff spot, but they're still a way off, injured. Tulip also says only Liberty and Lynx have more points per game. Yep. Eagles Brother says, I heard a rumor that Carrington and her boo were caught doing something inappropriate in a hotel pool by Paige. I hope that's not Threads just being messy and lying. Yeah, that's Threads being messy and lying. That's not true. It was a joke. Like, they were in the pool just hanging out. Like, actually, it was Dejanay, and the clip is Dejanay's in the pool and Alyssa is not in the pool. She's the one that's recording, but I think they were on live at one point. They're just sitting out at the pool talking, and Enrique is telling them they need to go to bed or leave the pool area. I think the pool people kicked them out a couple of times because I think it was past, hotel pools have like a curfew. So I think it was past the curfew and they needed to leave. So the hotel people did sorry, that's my dog sneezing. Hotel people did kick them out of the pool. And then Paige had, while they were on live or whatever, or posting something, I don't know, but it was a post. It was a comment by Paige that says, hey, go to bed. We got a game tomorrow, like funny. And then Alyssa was like, oh, we got to go to bed. We got to go to bed. Our warden says we got to go to bed. And she says, who are you talking about? And she says, P5 said we got to go to bed. And then Dejanay was like, is she going to play tomorrow? Like, is she going to be at the game tomorrow? What are we doing? It was like a little joke. So it wasn't as messy as what they tried to make it seem. SC Bread said, do you think that flagrant foul on Angel Reese called Leonie Phoebish or a common? Do I think it was a flagrant or a common? It should have been a common. Like, flagrants are usually meant for something excessive. Yeah, they bumped into each other. Or she bumped into her. But also if it's like above the head, sometimes they call a flagrant. I don't think it was that. I mean, she turned around and bumped into her. Like, literally, it wasn't like she did a running lunge and knocked her off. Like, she was running running in front of her, and she stopped, turned around, and went forward. They bumped into each other in a way. Yeah, it's a foul. She should have been called for a foul. I don't think it should have been a flagrant, but when Angel does stuff, they gotta do too much when Angel does anything. Tulip says Seattle gave LA 2 seconds for Lexi Brown. LOL. What were they thinking? Sometimes these front offices, I don't know what they're thinking. Tulip says, never seen McBucket so mad. Dang, chill. Yeah, she was not happy about that. Eagles brother says, oh, okay, thank you, JSpot, for the clear up. Yeah, sometimes people are messy online. So that was the scores. Now let's get to some news around the dub. Summer says, I don't think they should have had a tech on Sims and Dana. Yeah, that didn't seem like that was something that needed to be a tech. There was a tech called in Seattle and Lynx game. There was a tech called for the New York game with Chicago. There's this tech called for Dana and Sims when they were just talking to each other. Yeah, it was a little spicy, but it wasn't anything. They weren't going to fight. But some of these refs are way more sensitive than others, and I guess they want to prove the point that they don't want no mess going down. So yeah, they teched them both up, and I don't think it should have been a tech, but it is what it is. At least Seattle has 3 first-round picks coming this coming draft. That's crazy. That's crazy how these teams be giving up these picks. Okay, so news around the dub. Let's get this going. Aerial Powers sticks up for Angel Reese during their last press conference, saying this is a 23-year-old kid who handles herself with grace. Her crown is heavy. Respect that. So if y'all didn't see the press conference after the New York game, they were trying to talk about the tech, of course, with Angel, and Angel pretty much told him, go watch it yourself. Like, I'm not about to. Like, she literally, even if they weren't trying to be messy at this point, there's so much mess that people try to bring to Angel, especially in the media. I think she's just over it. She doesn't want to participate. So if it sounds a tiny bit shady, she's not falling for it, and she's going to say next question. So they asked her about that. They were asking her something else to do with something. I don't know what it was, but you could tell that Angel was just not in the mood. She was just, look, we're trying. I'm happy I had a good game. It's hard. I do the work, and I'm glad my work is showing. And you can see she's kind of just like getting emotional. And Ariel asked her, because another person is getting ready to ask a question. And Ariel turns to her and say, how old are you? And Angel says, I'm 23. And Ariel stops the press conference. Hold on. Before you go to your next question, hold on. This girl, she's a 23-year-old kid. She comes to work every day. She does her job. She does it with grace. And I'm paraphrasing here. You got mainstream media coming at her. You got social media coming at her. You got podcasters coming at her. You got commentators coming at her. You got people who don't even cover the W coming at her because it's the easy thing to do. It's the trendy thing to do. The girl can't make no mistakes. She can't do anything and just be. She has to be perfect all the time. And even when she has a good game like tonight, people will find something to say about it. Leave this girl alone. Leave this girl alone. She is not your punching bag. I'm tired of the questions. I'm tired of the probing questions. Can we just talk about basketball for once when it comes to Angel? Can we talk about basketball? Can you talk about a box score? Can we talk about what we need to do as a team? I'm fine. This is Ariel. I'm fine if you want to throw questions at us. Yeah, we're having a tough time. It's not easy. If you want to throw questions at us about our team and about basketball, fine. But everything else, leave this girl alone. Please. She is 23 years old. She has the weight of the world on her shoulders. And it's not about basketball. The reason people don't like her is not about basketball at all. It's been 3 years almost. She's been getting something every single day, 3 whole years. And people try to use basketball as a vehicle to come at Angel, but it's not about basketball at all. So Ariel stood up for her, said her piece, and said, okay, ask the question. And the very next question was about Angel winning Sportswoman of the Year. She won. She was BET Sportswoman of the Year for the 3rd year in a row. And what's the boxer's name? Clarissa Shields, who's great in her own right. She's a boxer. She didn't win. She tweeted out and said, "Oh man, congratulations to Angel, but," and I'm also paraphrasing this. Congratulations to Angel, but dang, like I thought I would have won. I thought accolades mattered. So now here we go again. People jumping on this firestorm. It's all over the internet. You got Angel Reese stands going at her. You got people that don't like Angel joining in. You got all this other stuff. And it's like, Clarissa, Simone Biles was there. Asia was there. Flage was there. I think Sha'Carri was there. There were so many people there. You probably wasn't going to get it, even if Angel didn't get it. I don't know. And then she comes back and say, well, I don't know why everybody's coming at me. I'm Team Angel. I'm just saying, no. Because you already know as soon as you mention Angel's name with something negative associated with it, you know what it's going to do. So you can't be Team Angel. You can't be Team Angel and still and say stuff like that. Like if you're Team Angel, you already know what comes with mentioning her name in any capacity. You already know. You can say something positive about her. People gonna jump in your comments. Like every time I say something positive about Angel, I get no lie. I get about 30 people to tell me how she sucks and how she's dumb and how she's ugly and how she's ghetto and how she doesn't need to be playing basketball. All I can say is good game, Angel. Shout out to Angel for having a good game. I get 30 responses about how much they hate Angel. Didn't even watch the game. I made a comment about Angel and Camilla supporting each other. I got you can go to Twitter right now and look. I got a whole bunch of comments about how Angel sucks and Angel's not a good teammate. And Angel. All I said is Camilla and Angel support each other because they do. Because also in that press conference, Angel said, listen, answering this question right here about Sportswoman of the Year. She says, hey, I'm happy that I got it 3 years in a row. I worked my butt off for this. This means something to me, whether people think so or not. I love this job. I love what I do. I put my all into it. Just because I have a brand and just because I do stuff outside of basketball, that doesn't take away from anything that I do in the gym. Her teammates have said that, right? It's nothing else she can do to prove to anybody. That's what the question was. Do you feel like you've proven yourself with a game like tonight to shut the haters up? And that's when they get into the whole Ariel taking up for her. But while she's asking this BET question, she's just like, I put my all in this. And I'm happy that I have teammates like Ariel that have my back. She said, just today I was talking to Camilla. Camilla was having a bad day. She felt like she was having a bad game. And I tell Camilla, I say, how many times have I had a bad day and you've been there for me to help pick me up? I got you. We're going to be okay. We're going to get through this. Pick yourself up and let's go. Like, we got this. I'm here for you. You're here for me. Our team really, really does love each other. We really do support each other. We don't point fingers. We look ourselves in the mirror. We will hold each other accountable, but it's not about being nasty. It's about what can make us better. She says that. You know what I'm saying? She's still getting hate today because of that. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, let me see what y'all said. Y'all know I will go on a tangent real quick when it comes to Angel because it's not warranted at all. Did I say Ariel? I said Ariel Powers. I meant Ariel Atkins. If I said Ariel Powers, I meant Ariel Atkins. But shout out to Ariel Powers because she just got picked up by the Valks. I don't know if y'all know that. Ariel Atkins. My bad if I said Ariel Powers. I get them mixed up. I don't know why. Ariel gave Big Sis energy. Ariel Atkins, thank you, is what Summer says. Thank you for having Angel's back. Tulip says, Angel protects the management, but they throw her under the bus. I'm going to talk about that. Ariel asking Angel how old she was before she read them my whole heart. Tulip says, free Angel, send her to L.A., Hollywood Barbie next to Killer Cam, Miss Jackson, Plum Dog. I don't know about L.A. for Angel. You already got De'Erica, you already got Rakia, unless you're trying to send one of them away. I think she'll be good in Phoenix. I think she'd be good in New York. I think she'd be good in with the Aces, and I think she can be good probably in Dallas. Summer says, that moment took me back to the Elite 8 presser with 4 in HVL. Yep. When that infamous picture, but that picture, that viral picture where Big Foe is like wiping the tears from Angel's eyes as she's talking about her. And then HVL jumps in and says, like, y'all can't break Angel. She comes to work every day. Like, her teammates, none of her teammates talk badly about her, but you got hundreds of thousands of people that claim that Angel is so horrible, ain't never met her, ain't never seen her, ain't never played a game with her, don't even know anybody that knows her, but they have so much to say, and it's so matter of fact that they think they know her. From commentators like Skip Bayless all the way to the loser guy who's living in his grandma's basement. All of them think they know everything about Angel and don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Won't take the words of her actual teammates. Even Flage said, we had our problems. We have our problems. But that's still my sister right there. She still makes me a better player. She still makes me want to grind when I come into the gym because that's what she does. She's a dog. HBL says the way y'all write about her, the lies that y'all say about her, none of that stuff is true. Ariel Atkins standing up for her. Camilla has standing up for her. Teaspoon standing up for her. Natasha Cloud standing up for her. Asia Wilson standing up for her. Fee standing up. Like, all these people aren't doing it just because. You know what I'm saying? These are people that had real life interactions with Angel. And like Angel said, none of these people, nobody, I've never had a negative interaction. All the people that hate me are behind their computers and behind their phones. Because when they see me in my face, they don't say nothing. They either hug me, tell me how great I am. She didn't say this. I'm saying this. Hug her, tell her, because, they'll clip this and be like, oh, Angel's conceited, blah, blah, blah. No, this is me saying this. Hug her, ask for an autograph, ask to take a picture. Tell her how great she is and how good she's doing and how they're the reason they watch WNBA. The same people that's talking noise about her, right? Be the same people that's smiling in her face. The same people that's in the audience going like this, but when they get in her face, they want to high five and fist pump. Like she said, they're all behind computers. Nobody in my face has ever said anything negative to me. Eagle Brother says, I'm tired of the BS that Reese goes through both on and off the court. I just want her to enjoy hooping and all this BS because she beat someone in a basketball championship game. Get over it, people. Summer says, Clarissa Shields, ... RC says, I'm one of those Iowa and CC fans that did get over it. That championship game, way in my rear view. The outcome of the game will never change. By the way, hey, JSpot and Summer. What's going on, RC? Eagles Brother says, also, what happened to this no space for hate from the league office? Eagles Brother, that wasn't nothing but to keep the heat off of Kathy's ass. That's all that was. So you can stop pointing the finger at Kathy. That's all that was. It wasn't really to do anything for the players, for real. Not at all. Summer says, I started changing my comment section when it comes to my Angel tweets. I said I wasn't going to do that, but I decided I'm going to go ahead because I don't have time. I don't have time for the BS. Like, you can't say nothing. Like, that's why I do like going to Blue Sky, because I can speak freely and I get just regular comments. Ain't nobody coming at Angel. Like, I can just say Angel on Twitter. I can tweet out right now, Angel. And I bet you just Angel period. Tomorrow, my comments will be flooded with negativity. And I ain't even said nothing but just her name. Real Money says, and she answered. I don't know what that meant. These are kind of a little bit old, so maybe I said something. I don't remember what I said. But Summer says, sick and tired of them. SC Bread, that's not true about Angel Reese. It's strictly about basketball for me. For you. The masses don't even watch basketball, SC Bread. The masses that's in my comment section, the ones that I see that are supposed to be these big time YouTubers or these big time ESPN journalists and commentators and people that have their own show, they don't even watch the game. You know how I know? Because they keep throwing out the same talking points that are not true. They keep talking about the same. She only gets her rebounds off her own misses. When they say that, I immediately know they just watched somebody's YouTube video or they're just looking at what somebody else says. When they say she's a cancer in the locker room, I already know that's propaganda that they read off of something or they watched somebody say that. That's not true. They don't know that. When they say that she's ghetto, that ain't got nothing to do with basketball. When they talk about the way she looks, that ain't got nothing to do with basketball. They do that. I can send you screenshots right now. The majority of the people that hate Angel has nothing to do with basketball. And everybody knows that. Everybody. If you don't know that, I don't know where you've been. Everybody knows that. There's a large group of people that do not like Angel because of her, that has nothing to do with basketball. Now, if you don't like her because of basketball, that's fine. No one likes everybody. There's players that I don't like just basketball wise. Last season, it was 2 seasons ago, it was Sabrina Ionescu. I couldn't stand her. And they ain't had nothing. I don't know what she was doing outside of basketball. I didn't like her because she was shooting threes at will playing my team, and I didn't like her. I didn't want to see her. I saw her commercials, her little Sprite commercials, Nike commercial, turn them right off. I didn't want to see nothing about Sabrina because I didn't like her as a basketball player. But that was it. And you're allowed to do that. Cynthia Cooper was a thorn in my side as a Sparks fan. Tina Thompson was a thorn in my side as a Sparks fan. I did not like them. Even though I lived in Houston, didn't like them. Only because of basketball, though. I was never coming at them on anything personal. Never cared what they did off the court. And it wasn't even about them being dirty players or anything like that. Just as a fan, there's people that you like and people that you don't like for whatever various reasons you have. But it's never personal. And the thing that I think people get twisted is that they think basketball is a reality show or something like that. And that you have to pick a side, you have to stick with that side, and then it always has to be some drama associated with it. They think that everything that happens on the basketball court is what's going on in real life. These players are competing. They may not like each other when they put those uniforms on, but a lot of these women are friends outside of basketball. The people that y'all are saying Dejanay is such a dirty player, that she needs to be kicked out of the W. They hug after the games. They might not like each other right at the end of the game, but later on it's like, you know what? Yeah, it's all a part of competition. That's still my girl. Natasha Cloud has said that, I forgot who she was playing against. I want to say it was Chelsea or somebody, I can't remember, knocked her down. She was upset. You could see it in the game. They're going at it with each other. I can't remember who it was. It probably wasn't Chelsea Gray. And then when they interview her later, she says, no, that's my girl. Yeah, it gets a little bit heated on the court, but no, that's my people's. But the people on the outside who don't know nothing about basketball, never watched it before, those are the ones that like create all this extra drama that it's not even real. It's not even real. Because they don't know how basketball works and they don't know how things happen on court, that you're a different person on the court between those lines than you are off the court. Asia Wilson lives to block the crap out of Alicia Gray, and that is her best friend. Asia Wilson says when she gets on that floor, she don't see no faces. She don't care who you are. Best friend, sister, cousin, none of that. If you're on the opposite team, she's coming for you. And she's coming for you with all the vengeance she can come for you with. And then after the game, y'all can smile and take pictures. During the game, we not friends. And there's some people that get stuck on that. Oh, I can't believe she did that. I thought Alicia Gray was her girl. What? This is basketball, girl. This ain't Girl Scouts. They gonna be okay after the game. I've seen worse fights happening during domino and uno and spades for sure. Where they don't talk after the spades game is over because they salty. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Anyway. RC says, I don't talk about Angel that much, but I have respect and high hopes for her. I have honor for her. It's about respect, well wishes, and honor towards all players. Many of CC fans are just plain ignorant. Real Money says, when is it going to be okay to just critique her game like any other professional we criticize? When they make it about the actual, when they criticize her the same way that they criticize everybody else. Because newsflash, Angel does not have the worst field goal percentage in the league. But you would think that because that's all they talk about. Angel is not the worst player in the league. But you would think that because that's all they talk about. That's what I'm saying. You can critique her all you want, but they don't treat her. Don't act like they don't treat other players the way that they treat Angel. Eagles brother says, I think Angel will look good in that black and purple Golden State if they draft Juju. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck on her like Phoenix or New York. And I'm selfish to want her on the Aces. Giannis even shows support. Okay. Shout out to Giannis. Hey, Teddy, what's going on? What's up, beautiful? How you been? I've been good. Thank you. Sunshine. People lie all the time. Hey, Sunshine. Two-faced. Teddy says the smile on your face all the time. They smile on your face all the time trying to take your place. You know the rest of that song. Yep. Them backstabbers. They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. Them backstabbers. Backstabbers. Sunshine says, I love Reese. Play Clickbait by Flage. Most people hate her because what? I don't know. What are you trying to say? Tulip says, man, Jay, get back to supporting the Sparks. They're on the way up. Skaces are a hot mess. I can't. The Sparks are my side piece. I always have a special place in my heart for the Sparks because that was my very first team from the very beginning, 97. That was my team. Lisa Leslie was on that team. So I have a special place in my heart for the Sparks, but that's right now they just my side piece. RC says, I'm not leaving the Aces fandom, but I'm disgusted with the team this season, but I have every right to be. Facts. Summer's laughing. Sunshine says, people can see greatest in you when the person don't see it themselves. Reese has demons talking about her. That's why I know God has big plans for her. Facts. Essie Bread says, Asia Wilson is putting on a front. Angel Reese's PR fans? What? Asia Wilson is putting on a front. What are you talking about? And then Angel Reese's PR fans. I don't know what you're talking about, Essie Bread. Sparks need to sign Jackie in the offseason to be your main piece. Do they need to sign it? They can't have KP and Jackie. No. I don't know about that. I can't have my Aces disband. I can't. Amen. Sunshine is what Summer says. All right, what's up? What do I have next? I done went off on a tangent. Y'all know how I love my girl Angel. This got blocked off, but there was something else. I guess did I not put it in order? Just so y'all know, today opened All-Star voting. I meant to have this last, but today started All-Star voting. I voted today. You can vote once a day, well, with an email. So if you have multiple emails, you can vote multiple times a day. They let you pick 6 front court and 4 back court, I think. Is that what it was? 10. You get 10 players, 6 front court, 4 back court. But you can vote once a day with an email, several emails. You can vote several times a day. And this goes until my birthday, June 28th, right here. Boom. My birthday is June 28th, so you can vote up until my birthday, and we should celebrate that wonderful day by me having some kind of live. We'll celebrate the last day of voting and my birthday at the same time. So now y'all don't have an excuse to know what my birthday is. Voting ends on my birthday, June 28th. Who did I vote for? I'm going to shake my vote up every time. Not every time, but I want to add different people every now and then. But let me see who I don't remember exactly who I voted for. Let me see if it'll show. I voted for, it's telling me to come back tomorrow. It won't show my vote. I'm trying to think. I voted for Angel, Camilla, Asia, Anissa Morrow. I think Fee. And I don't remember who my 6th person was. Angel, Camilla, Asia, Niece, Fee. Oh, who was it? I can't remember who my other person was. Then I voted for Dejanay, Natasha Cloud. Oh, Kiki. I voted for Kiki Iriafin as my 6th person, 6 big front court. I did Natasha Cloud, Dejanay, Sony, and I don't remember who the other person was. I forgot that too. I don't remember who the 4th person was. I think it was Jackie. It might have been Jackie. But that's who I voted for. All right, what do we got next? Dallas announces they just got approved by the city to go ahead and build their own practice facility. This, Donna, you might be right. I didn't look it up. I'll look it up and see. Thank you for pointing that out. No Hamby or KP. No, I'm shaking it up. I'm going to vote not different every single time, but I'm going to mix it up. That's just who I voted for today. Yeah, I switched it up. I did switch it up on them. I'm pretty much voting, like I'm voting for my favorites. I mean, I know Asia is going to be there. I'm voting for my favorites, but I'm also voting for people that I feel like maybe won't get enough votes, and I want them to get votes. People are going to vote for Jackie. People are going to vote for the popular players. But I don't know how many people are going to vote for Anissa. I don't know how many people are going to vote for Natasha Cloud. I don't know how many people are going to vote for Dejanay. Like, I voted for Dejanay last season. She didn't get in. But I want to try to spread my votes out, even though I know it's about numbers and it's worth 50% in the end. You know, they're still going to put their votes in or who they want to be in an all-star game. But I just want to spread it out, and I want to give some people some shine. Sunshine says, do a live on your birthday for a little while so I can send you a couple of bucks. We can wish you a happy birthday. Oh, yeah, I will be. I don't know where I'm going to be. Last year on my birthday, I was in Chicago. I went to a Sky game the day before my birthday. So I was streaming last year live when I went to go get something to eat from a ghost kitchen in Chicago. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be out of town this year for my birthday. I think I'm going to be here, but I'll do something, but I'll go live. Donna Brown says, at least they used to. Love your show. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate it. By the way, y'all, if y'all are in here, go ahead and give me the likes. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free. That's all you have to do is hit the button. Double tap your screen if you're watching me on your phone. If you're not, if you're watching me on TV or on a computer, on TV, I think you can scroll down using your remote and hit the like button. If you're on a computer, you can scroll down, hit the like button. But thank you so much. Now, back to the news. Dallas Wings practice facility they said it will be ready by 2026. So at this point, we got Indiana's getting a new facility. We got New York is getting a new facility. We got Dallas is getting a new facility. We got Chicago that I don't know I'm not sure. They said they got one coming before the start of the 2026 season. That is to be determined. I don't know, because I heard that they ain't even put the money down to get the people started to do anything. I don't know what's going on over there in Chicago. We gonna talk about them next. But for right now, we got 4 teams that have said that they're getting a practice facility. That's added on to Phoenix that already has one. Seattle already has one. Vegas already has one. Is that it? Because LA doesn't have one. I don't think Atlanta has a dedicated practice facility. We know Connecticut doesn't have one. Minnesota? Does Minnesota have one? I don't think they have a dedicated one. Yeah, so I think this new wave of these teams getting these practice facilities are well overdue. Like, every team should have this, because these women put their bodies on the line for these teams, and they need to do what they need to do to keep them healthy and happy. And this is just part of it. So a few pictures, if you can see at the bottom, I can take this banner off real quick. If you can see at the bottom, there's the gym. It looks like it's 4 hoops there on that gym. And then it's a couple of other pictures. You can see the weight room and a little mock-up of how it looks outside. That looks like the locker room there. And then at the bottom, that looks like a little lounge, or maybe like a private kitchen area back over there. So these teams are coming with it. So I'm very happy that Dallas is going to have a facility, and we're just waiting for the rest of them to come through. So hopefully that's what they do. Up next. Okay, so hold on, y'all. I'm going to do this so y'all can see. Sky GM Jeff Pagliocca, very disappointed by bad start. Hopeful for a turnaround. This is what Jeff said. Hopeful for a turnaround. He's very disappointed. Now, I didn't put all the little clips of the article. This is from Chicago Sun-Times. And Jeff is very disappointed in what's been going on with the Chicago Sky. I'm going to read some little pieces that I found in the article. Jeff says, it's a long season and there's lots of games left, but this is unexpected. And I've been very disappointed. General Manager Jeff told the Sun-Times on Tuesday as he sat in the seats at Barclays Center watching the team's morning shoot-around. We had pretty big, significant expectations for this season. That's why I made the moves that I made. Jeff's assessment was that the Sky, who are 2-6, need to improve everywhere to address a lack of cohesion on defense and poor shooting. Going into Tuesday night's 85-66 loss to the Liberty, they had allowed a league's worst 90.1 points per game and were shooting just 39.9%. Diving into the details of their ugly start, Pagliocca hit on an insignificant pressure on the perimeter defensively, a lack of confidence in shooting, inconsistent effort and execution of Coach Tyler Marsh's game plan, and failure to curb opponents' runs before they become devastating. Now, I don't know about y'all, but reading that sounds like ain't none of this his fault. Reading this says It's Tyler's fault and it's the player's fault. That is not his fault. They also talked about in this article that they said this is what Marsh indicated that he might start doing is staggering the play of Angel and Camilla because Angel, if Angel stays the same player that she was as a rookie, it will create a redundancy and it will crowd the paint with the center, Camilla Cardoso. So he's considering staggering their playing time to get better spacing. But if you take Camilla out, you have to take Elizabeth. I mean, you still have Elizabeth there, who's the 5, Angel's the 4. They played okay together last season, but now I don't know what the issue is. I don't know. But Jeff says throughout this ordeal, Marsh has been trying to balance conviction in his scheme against pressure to adjust a plan that hasn't produced results. Jeff backed him emphatically, though, saying the record does not reflect the amount of work put in. He was especially pleased with Marsh's composure. The upside to the culture Marsh has established is that it could be the guardrail that keeps the season from becoming a complete disaster. Jeff also said, and I don't know if y'all saw this. This is what really, this is what got the people going on the timeline. He said of Angel, she's our best chance at versatility on this roster. We need more production out of her, but we need her to help us in other ways too. So Angel needs to score better. Angel is their best defender. Angel runs the point at times. Angel has to be more versatile. Angel has to do a lot for a second-year player. When Jeff went out and got all these other players that are supposedly supposed to make it better for Angel and Camilla to just play and then be able to pass the ball out, and you have shooters there because that was all we were really missing. It's a lot. It's a lot. Reading this article and hearing the stuff that Jeff says, and I understand maybe he meant we appreciate, and I don't even want to say appreciate because I don't know. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but we understand that Angel can do more. As far as being more versatile, she has the skills to do that. And that's kind of what we need from her. But it came off very much like she's got to do everything. It's similar to the Aces. I don't know if y'all know this, but Asia is the Aces' leading scorer, leading rebounder, leads the team in steals, leads the team in blocks, leads the team in assists. She leads the team in all those categories. What more do you want her to do? What else does she need to do to help Vegas? Because she can't have a bad game because everything falls apart. But she leads the team in scoring, leads the team in assists, leads the team in blocks, leads the team in steals, leads the team in rebounds. What more do you want for her to do? Then we go to Angel. Angel is struggling. She says that. I'm struggling. I know I'm struggling. I'm working on, getting better. I'm grinding every day. This is what I'm trying to do. They have a new system where they want her to come out of the paint, be more of a stretch four. She's still working on that. She's not there yet, but she is their best defender. She's obviously their leading rebounder. She's very close to the top on steals. She's doing what she can do. You got 11 other people on that team that, although Angel is the franchise player, so it's going to come with a little bit more pressure, there's 11 other people on that team. And Jeff, you had a hand and selecting all of them. So at some point, it's got to stop being what Angel needs to do more of. It's got to stop being disappointed in Tyler, and it's got to start being, what did I do as a GM to get us in this position? That's what it needs to be. But it's not that. It's not anything that he did. It's everything to do with what everybody else is doing or not doing. And that's the problem that I have with Jeff. That's the problem I had with Jeff. That was the problem why I didn't understand why he fired Teaspoon. They say, oh, well, GMs do that. They come in, they want their guy, right? They fire Teaspoon. They get Tyler. I like Tyler. Tyler's from the Aces. I never seen him be head coach before. He comes in. It ain't great right now. It's just not. We're not beating our record from last season around this time. 10 games in, or where we at? 8 games in. I think we won 3 games. We weren't great either, but we had won 3 games, where at this point we only won 2. We're not better. We're not better than we were last season. And I thought that was the point. I thought Jeff said he was giving away our picks and he was getting these people in here so we could win now. Because that's what he said. He said, oh, I pivoted. We're going to win. We want to win now. We want to be contenders now. We don't want to build through the draft. We don't want to grow organically. We don't have time for that. Other teams are moving and grooving. We got to be where they are. So I'm going to go get these players and we're going to win now. And now it's not happening yet. Very early in the season, but now ain't happening yet. And instead of saying we is very disappointing. We have some things we need to work on. There's some issues, with play calls or schemes. Our players aren't, they're not playing at their best right now. They're still trying to gel, but we are. It was all Tyler. It was all Angel. It was all those players, and it was none of Jeff. And that's why you've been seeing a lot of hashtag free Angel, hashtag free Camilla, because at this point, they're on a sinking ship if things don't turn around. And we don't want that. At least I don't want that for my girls. I would love for them to go somewhere where they can be successful and be supported and feel like the weight isn't all on their shoulders as second-year players, that they do have some kind of support. Because right now, I'm not saying the players on the court aren't supportive people. I'm not talking about personally. I'm talking about basketball-wise. And right now, there's no support. Everybody's holding on for dear life to try to figure out what they can do to help this team, turn the corner. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that they do have that kind of relationship Angel said they have, that they're like holding on to each other and encouraging each other and holding each other accountable. But your job as a GM is to make sure you set your team up to be as successful as possible. And if it doesn't, that's on you. But he won't take responsibility. And that's the problem that I have with Jeffrey. Sunshine says, I don't get how, did I click on it? I don't get how Reese plays so good in other league and with a different coach. He doesn't do good with the Chicago coach. Make it make sense. It's the coaching. It's partly the coaching. I believe that. Yes. Summer says, Jeff's time as GM is coming to a close. I hope so. SC Bread says, Jeff in the press conference says the team has to do more for Angel Reese too. Jeff didn't say that. Tyler said that. Jeff definitely did not say that. Summer says the bridge has been burned since he let Teaspoon go. Yeah. I mean, free agents, he said free agents didn't want to come there because of Teaspoon. He said, once we get rid of Teaspoon, we're gonna attract a bunch of people. They didn't attract a bunch of people. they got some good pieces. Like RC said in my live yesterday, Rebecca Allen, Kia Nurse, like those players, they're not bad players. They're just not players that you can put on a struggling team and expect them to like be a major cornerstone to help that team get out of whatever they're getting out of. They are players you can put on a good team or a contending team that has everything together, and they are very good at supplementing, just helping to raise the elevation of an already good team, helping them go up a little bit higher. But they can't take a broken team and do anything with it, because obviously you can see there's some issues going on there, whether it's coaching, whether it's schemes, whether it's the style of play, whether it's gelling, whatever it is that's going on, something there is not working, and nobody is doing well. The shooters ain't shooting. The front court ain't front courting. The PG, we ain't got one. I mean, we got HBL, but our main one is gone. HBL is just trying to get in where she fits in, try to figure things out. She has no backup. She's playing backup to somebody who's not a point guard. It's a lot happening over there. A lot happening over there, man. And I feel bad. But Jeff can kick rocks as far as I'm concerned. I just, what did I have next? I think that's all the news. That's all the news I had. I mean, oh my goodness. Let's get into some fashions. Can we do that? Let's look at some fashions this week. That's all the news I have around the dub. So let me I gotta fix this real quick. So I got some submissions for the I call it the fit check, but I'll be honest with y'all. I ain't really been feeling these fashions this year so far. I mean, I don't know. It's just maybe just a weird year. People not feeling it as much this year, but I'm not finding a bunch of stuff that's like moving me, really. But here are some things that I got submitted, some things that I picked myself. This is Leah 2 King with the leathers on. Just a regular flannel shirt, but it is her style. We have a lot of styles like that. This is Tip Hayes. You know how Tip how she dresses. She's got her own little style. This is a blue jean number. I kind of like that. I like Tim's. So I like when she can put something on with some Tim's. Very big and baggy look. But that's Tip Hayes. And we got Izzy from New York, formerly of Chicago Sky. I always liked what Izzy wore last season. I thought she dressed very well. I was actually in talks last season when I told y'all I might get somebody on the show to talk about like their outfits for the year. Izzy was the one. I was like kind of conversating with her for a little bit, but y'all know how the season ended last season. And everything it went downhill from there because she wasn't in the mood. And then she left soon as the season was over. She left to go overseas. So I didn't have a chance to like get her to come on. But she was like interested in it. It's just, you know what happened last season. It just wasn't good for her and Dana in that press conference. It didn't seem like they were very happy. So I didn't want to force the issue. But shout out to Izzy. Then Jackie Young. Look at Jackie's abs. Look at Jackie's muscles. This is a look that I don't think I've seen Jackie wear anything that's like, I don't know, is that floral print or some kind of print on her shirt? She's usually very much like a dark color, either like a crop top hoodie or a crop top like tank or something like that. This is a little different for her, but I like it. I think it's cute. Who else do we have? Then we got Angel Reese. This is kind of like I don't know if y'all know the reference, like the 20s, the flappers. That's kind of how they used to dress, the pearls and the stockings that are thigh high. I will say I don't mind this look. It's not one of my favorite looks from Angel. I'm still waiting on the look from Angel. I haven't seen it yet. Although I didn't get it. I wish I would have got it. what she wore to, was it New York? The fur hat and the black trench coat. I wish I would have had that picture. That was good. That was good. I don't know why I didn't get it, why I didn't have it downloaded. That one was good. That was probably one of the better ones she's done this season. Her first one, the Tom Brown look, I like that one too. This one is just okay, but still, like overall, it's not moving me like a lot of the people's fashion is not moving me like it was doing last season. This is another submission. This is Aaliyah Nye of the Las Vegas Aces, and you can see her here with the little um they're not called Daisy Dukes 'cause that's old school, but the little short shorts and the heels with the, I don't know what those are, the leg warmers or something. I don't know if that's actually the shoe or she put something over her legs. But that's Aaliyah Nye. Angel's unrivaled looks were perfection. Yeah, they were good. So was Rakia's. Rakia, Angel, and Skylar, their unrivaled looks, unmatched. Unmatched. Thank you, Sunshine. I appreciate it. Then we have who's next? Oh, Ray Burrell. Ray Burrell is a model. It's not much that she wears. I think it's just the way she wears her clothes that look good to me. Like, I think this is a cute look. I love the jeans. I love the pop of color on the shoes. I love the green on the shirt with the green with the purse. I love that she has, like, I don't know if that's a whole shirt or she has a t-shirt that's tucked under and then a flannel on top of that, but they tapered the flannel as well to match. The girl's body is amazing, as with all these WNBA players. Like, bodies are what do they call it? T. Bodies are T. But she's not wearing crutches. She's not wearing crutches, so that means she's getting better. Unless she told somebody to hold her crutches. She's been on crutches for a while and she's not wearing them, so doesn't have them. So hopefully that means she's getting better and she'll be joining the team again real soon. These last two people. So this is Sanaya Rivers in her outfit. They didn't show the whole thing, but she has on some Timbs, some gray pants, and this sweatshirt or whatever, right? And you have and then you have Marina in this piece, right? This suit, this little blazer with a crop top. I think that's a skirt or some shorts and stockings and heels. Hold on one second. Back. Sorry about that. I don't know if y'all follow Marina or Sanaya, but they've been doing these TikTok lives. They are so funny. So when they had these outfits on after the game, Sanaya put on Marina's outfit and Marina put on Sanaya's outfit. And they did a role play of Sanaya being femme and Marina being a stud. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but stud is just a masculine presenting woman, right? But they traded clothes and it was Marina trying to pick up Sanaya in a club. It was hilarious. If y'all haven't seen that, it's floating all over TikTok. It's all over Twitter. I'm sure y'all can find it, but it was hilarious. They're funny. They're a funny duo. Like right now, we got some funny duos. You got the stud buds with Courtney Williams and Heidemann, Natisha Heidemann. They stream now on Twitch, I think it is. And then you got Sanaya and Marina who go live every once in a while and they do stuff. So super funny. I think they're funny. Hold on. Oh, my nose is running. SC Bread says, why don't you pin the name of the players? Because I didn't have time to do that. It was a rush job today. But if y'all want the names of people, I don't think I didn't pin the names on anybody last season either. But if I have time to do it, I'll do it. But I'm a one-woman show. SC Bread, I can't do everything. Can't do it all. But I'll consider that. I'll put that in the suggestion box, and maybe I can come up with a better graphic later on during the time that I'm doing this show. I think that's it for the fashions. That is it. If I had to pick one for the week, which my official, am I saying that Sanaya is a stud? I'm not calling Sanaya anything. I'm saying that's what a stud is. But Sanaya said herself that she does present masculine a lot, but she can also be femme, is what she said. So those are her words, not mine. I'm not calling her a stud. I'm saying that's what a stud is, and that's what they were calling Marina. They were calling her a stud Rena that night that they were doing the role play. The last bit of piece of news is the players of the week. Now this says for week 3. I need to see the dates that they put this on. Because like I said, my week 3 and their week 3 is not the same, because we're getting ready to go into the 5th week of the WNBA, starting tomorrow. So I'm not really sure why they named this 3, but this is what it is. The most current players of the week. You have Fee, who is the player of the week for the Western Conference, averaging 23 points, 10.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and Kelsey Mitchell for the East, at 20.5 points a game, 3.5 rebounds a game, and 2.5 assists per game. So shout out to Kelsey Mitchell and Fee for being players of the week for the East and the West. So y'all, I believe that is all I have for this week. It's been very, very interesting. Y'all know I'm going through it with my skaces, and we're trying to find our way. Hopefully tomorrow we play Atlanta, and the Aces play. Who do we play tomorrow? Excuse me. Let me scroll down and see. We play Dallas. Aces better win this game, dog. I can't anymore. Aces play Dallas and Chicago plays Atlanta. I hope that both my teams can pull out a win. I still believe in my girls in Chicago. I think that anybody can have a good game, and we can try to definitely pull this out. I think it's very needed. We gotta get a win. And then Sunday we play against Connecticut. We gotta win one of these games. Now, I would like if we can win this one and the one in Connecticut, but you can't be too sure. You can't go into Connecticut thinking you're gonna win that one either, because we already saw what they did to Atlanta. So we don't know. Everything's up and down. But I will be live tomorrow night with Cess Talk Sports. We will be live streaming during these 2 games tomorrow, so you can catch me on there. If you don't know who Cess is and never watched her show, you can look it up, Cess Talk Sports. But we stream simultaneously, so even though I'll be on her show, you can still come here and watch me on my YouTube channel, because it was streamed in tandem. The only difference is when you try to leave comments, like, it goes to her. I can't control the comments. I can't click on the comments. I can see them. I can respond, but she's the host of the show, so she controls what comments get highlighted and all that. So I still want you to come to my page or my channel and watch it there. But just understand, I'm not ignoring you. I'm not trying to ignore you. is just going to be hosted by her platform. So I hope you join us tomorrow. SC Bread says, what time is it and how the price of gas in my area? Huh? Right now it's 10 p.m. Central, and the price of gas, last I checked, was $2.47. I don't know what you need that information for, but yeah, that's it. But hopefully y'all catch me tomorrow night with Sess. I'll be live here broadcasting, and we will be live during the Chicago game and the Aces game. And I really, really hope they do well for me, because I do not want to get on national internet having my teams get blown out the way that they've been getting blown out. So I would love it if we can pull out a win and I can have something to celebrate while I'm live. All right. So again, like, comment, share, tell a person to tell somebody to tell somebody else. Come through, kick it with me every week here on the JSpot Network. This is JSpot Live, where we talk about women's basketball. Right now, we are on the WNBA. So don't forget to give me the like on your way out. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. And I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. Take care. Peace out. And good luck to my skate system.